Hey guys, so today I'm going to be explaining to you how you can attack like a Radiant. So this is going to be a quicker guide, but it's going to give you some really important conceptual rules for attacking, not only as a duelist, but as any character and just as a team, like as a collective unit, I guess you could say. So really there's a couple ways you can attack. I'm going to explain two to you. There's probably more like in pro scene, but really the main two is it's going to be just fast pushing, full pushing. Which can consist of going like 5, for example, B main, and just trying to take site. The goal is to just get control the site, kill the enemies that are there. If a teammate dies, trade them, and plant the spike. And this is how you win the round, is by getting the spike to blow up on attack. Another way of doing this is by splitting some here and then splitting some to go market from mid, which is of course going to be a little bit more risky because there's other factors that play into this. Like, is there someone going to peek from cat? We're going to die from cat, even if there's a smoke, and are they going to run through the smoke? But that's the idea of a full push. So the other thing is called defaulting. Defaulting is whenever your team splits up. So you could technically have one person here, here, and then somewhere else. Or you could just kind of default, and if some people group more than others, that's completely fine. Basically, the goal of defaulting is to simply just get kills. So if I was defaulting mid, actually I'm going to do it B main. Defaulting B main is going to be a little bit easier. If your team has no comms, if your team is not on the same page, this is what you want to do. It's called defaulting. It basically just means that you're looking for kills. You're looking for a crack in the enemy's defense. You're looking for a chance here, right? So basically, we want to be somewhat passive if we're defaulting. We want to like clear everything out here in B main, right? Like we always do. And then from here, your goal is to not push onto site. You're attacking, yes, but if you're defaulting, if your team isn't listening, either your team isn't listening for this to happen, or you guys have collectively said, let's just default, let's just look for kills. And your goal is to just kind of look around, see if there's see it, for example, if there's a killjoy turret down, because your teammate's applying pressure on A, this means that killjoy probably left and site might actually be open, right? So this is the advantage of defaulting. You look for cracks in the enemy's defense. And otherwise, say for example you catch someone right here, you get a kill on them. From here you can either, okay, say guys, let's group B. I'm gonna run into site, or guys go group A because the enemy team is going to rotate toward B. Really, either call is good, but you have to kind of be quick about it. So that's how you attack. This is more of like a conceptual guide rather than just like, okay, this is how you clear A main, this is how you clear mid. If you're defaulting mid, you're still looking for kills. The important thing about whenever you're defaulting is to not overextend. So like, you don't want to just run into them, because that's not really defaulting. Defaulting is kind of being patient, seeing if the enemies are going to give you something. And in pretty much any game, solo queue, a minute 40 is a long time for someone to sit still. People get impatient. People want to fight. People get, they want kills. So eventually they're going to peek you somewhere. Even if you're not playing against any duelists, which is unlikely. Even if you aren't, more than likely someone's going to push from behind. Someone's going to, do something. So you're just trying to wait for that. Another example is if the killjoy turret goes down, like if the cypher dies or something, then you don't have to worry about his trips. You're looking for openings, and then of course you do want to group as a team eventually to take site, because taking site as a collective unit is going to be more advantageous. It's going to be easier than trying to do it as one or as two people. So other than that, make sure of course the spike is in a safe spot. Make sure you don't just leave it and spawn. Make sure someone isn't carrying it to run in and die with whenever you're defaulting. But yeah, hopefully this was helpful. Pretty short, like I said. If you guys have any questions at all, remember the key takeaway here is don't be too aggressive. Just kind of wait. If you guys can get away with walking all the way up here, like slowly, kind of like this, clearing out everything. If you guys want to shift all the way into their spawn and they let you do that, then that's completely fine. Obviously against sentinels, this is going to be a little bit more difficult, and against better players, it's going to be very difficult. So you want to kind of experiment to see what you can get away with, because you can get away with coming to here and looking for kills here, then you're going to want to do this. But if the enemy team's a little bit better and they're watching cat really closely every round, then you're going to want to do a little bit more of a passive play. Probably see if they're going to peek cat, sit right here or something. See if they're going to peek you right here. Because if they're watching from tree or from garden, then this is a pretty good play to do. Because you don't really want to just run up. This is basically saying, hey, I'm here. Peek me when you wish and one tap me. But if you're sitting here, you're basically saying, all right, peek me, I'll one tap you. Type thing. So yeah, hopefully this is helpful. If you guys have any suggestions, comments, anything like that, leave them in the description. And without further ado, I'll see you guys in the next one.